up, they're on. They can hang with anybody, but don't show up every week.
I want to see this one here. 7-5 Tennessee, 8-4 Purdue. They favor the Vols by 4.5. This will be a good one here. I'm actually curious. So the Music City Bowl, Tennessee and Purdue. First off, the fact that Tennessee won 7 games, honestly, and look, they lost a lot to the transfer portal. Now, they still had quite a bit on the roster, but they had a first-year head coach. They had to fire Jeremy Pruitt and everything based on, some recruiting stuff, buying players, whatever. Like, for the offseason that I think the Vols had, or that I know they had, but I think for them to have the record that they did and be where they are after the offseason that they had is actually pretty impressive, in my opinion.
And their offense is legit.
It is.
Now, is the Tennessee fan base going to give him the time to actually build that team? Maybe.
I don't know.
I mean, Tennessee and Miami are kind of right there neck and neck on who's going to fire coaches quicker.
Yeah. I mean, Tennessee, as much as they have to fix and everything, I feel like they're also in a position where, they're not screwing around. And if you really mess up in a season, like let's say if they had gone like 3-9 or something like that, they might have put Josh Heupel on the street halfway through. I mean, who knows?
And that would have been completely brain dead retarded.
Well, it would have, but I mean, still at the same time, like, I don't know, man.
It doesn't matter. Outside of a huge, especially considering what's going on at Tennessee, outside of another off the field scandal with the head coach, there's zero. He could have gone 0-12. There's zero excuse to fire him.
That's fair. But I think when I look at this game, though, I do like the Vols this year. I'll give them some props and I'll give them some credit. I think they could get this victory. I mean, when I look at this, Purdue had a good start to the season, but then obviously they played those certain teams, and we saw who they really were. I don't know. I mean, look, Tennessee is scoring more points a game at 38. They're giving up 27. Purdue's scoring 27. They're giving up 20. Purdue's good. Well, first off, they're good at the passing game. Dude, they've only had 83 yards rushing. Their run game is terrible. The spread is 4.5. I do like Tennessee in this game. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what to expect, but I wouldn't be surprised if they just not only beat Purdue. I'm not going to say beat them to the ground or whatever, but they could put some touchdowns on Purdue in this game. They'll give up some points, but I don't think Purdue has enough offense to really keep up. Overall, man, I got a score predict. I mean, maybe a 35-18, something weird like that. But I think Tennessee could ultimately just pull away and just outright, take a shot at Purdue. I don't know.
I mean, it's possible, but look at Purdue over the last 4 years. They've also gone out there and stomped teams that you thought they would have absolutely no chance at.
Ohio State in like 2018 or 17, whenever it was, right? That came up out of nowhere.
And that's not the only one. So, I mean, when Purdue can put it all together and have a good day, they've knocked off, some of the top in college football. So I'm not going to say Purdue can't win it.
Oh, no, I think they definitely could. But if I'm going with my own gut, I expect Tennessee to, when you look at it, like their losses aren't even that bad. I mean, they lost to teams like Georgia, Bama. I'm trying to think. Didn't they lose to Florida? I know Florida's kind of been rough with the Dan Mullen stuff, but, to close it out for Tennessee, I mean, to win your last 2 games, especially beating South Alabama, which is nothing. But, I mean, that got you, coming off a really tough loss to Georgia like anybody else in college football. I mean, to come off that and then dominate the next opponent and get your sixth win to guarantee a bowl spot and then go beat your rival in Vandy by a few scores, I think that's a good way to close it out. And now here they are in their final game. They're going to play in 10 days. It'll be a 3 o'clock game on ESPN, and they'll be looking for a bowl victory in Josh Heupel's first year, and they have a legit shot. I think that'd be a really good season for Heupel.
I don't think anybody would argue with that.